Today we talk about how to get more work done. Yes, that's what I'm gonna tell you. This is my whiteboard. This is where I collect all my ideas for the blog, the D2 conference, other projects that I'm involved in, where I put all my random thoughts and the information that I think I should be using for personal or future projects. The whiteboard is about organization, and believe it or not, I'm not the most organized person in the world. Organization is important, but it's not fundamental. If you want to learn how to get more stuff done, there are other things that you can do before getting organized. And I'm gonna try to share a little bit of my experience and a little bit of tips and things that I've learned along the way. God, my hair is terrible. My wife is right. I really need a haircut. Okay, come with.
A designer, a teacher, and a friend. His show will make you laugh and entertain you to the end. He shares his life on video for you to get inspired. He doesn't take himself too serious, so just subscribe. Love, pizza, love dogs, and love Nutella. Fabio will take you around with him and show you how La Vita è Bella. Hey.
Can you see me? Now, I'm not trying to be a guru or anything. It's just that one of the most recurring questions that I get from people watching these videos is, where do I find the time to actually make these videos? Since I've been doing about 200 videos in 400 days, more or less, I think I have a little bit of knowledge that I can share with you. I love coming to the seaside. It helps me relaxing, and also it gives me a lot of inspiration. It's beautiful, huh? I think when it comes to stuff like this, the trick is to improve your productivity and manage to get more stuff done during the day. And I know it sounds simple, but I promise you, it can be. There is a system that I use when it comes to finishing my own projects, which is very simple to implement, but also very effective. It's called task breakdown. If you have studied anything business related, you probably already know what I'm talking about. There are different approaches to the task breakdown system. The one that I prefer, it's called the step-by-step. Now, to give you an example, say that you're working on an interior design visualization project, okay? Maybe the design is very complex, it feels very overwhelming to even get started with this project. Very often people, when they get overwhelmed with a project, they tend to linger and they tend to focus on getting everything done very close to the end, when there is a deadline and you're panicking and you're trying to do everything you can last minute to deliver the best project possible. Usually the result is very stressful. You end up giving the project 5 minutes after the hand-in, and it's just... The other possibility is to take the project as a whole and try to break it down into smaller, more simple tasks that you can get done quicker and easier. For instance, if you're working on this interior design project, the first thing that you could do would be to set up a basic 3D file. Then you could, as a second step, try to build the envelope of the building. Maybe next you could build the openings for the windows, for the doors. Maybe you could create the lighting, then you could create a good floor material. By breaking down all these little steps, you find yourself then in a position where the project is already halfway through and it just becomes easier for you to finish it. By approaching any single project with this method, you're gonna create a momentum that is just going to catapult you in the middle of a project and you won't even notice it. By doing this, you'll be able to finish your project faster, probably even get a little bit more time for your own project. This is usually how I manage to find the time for my own videos, for instance. Now, the beautiful thing about this method is that basically can be implemented in any single artistic, professional, any field that you can think of. If you're a movie maker, say you have 200, 300 clips that you have to sort through and you have to make one single movie out of it, probably the easiest way is not to look at it as a whole project, but think of it as, you know, little steps that you can do one after the other. You could set up a basic Premiere file, Then you could sort all the clips that you're not going to need, maybe throw them away. You could start working on the intro, and then after the intro you could set up the hierarchy of the files, in which order you're going to show them. At this point, really what comes in play is your creativity and your ability to break down the whole problem into smaller tasks, which will be easier for you to do. I guess that makes sense, right? Anyway, it's kind of getting dark out here, and I'm a little chill. Let's go home. Now, by no means am I perfect. I also have projects that I don't manage to finish, or it takes me very long to get them done. And I guess that sometimes it is also about how much fun I'm having with a project and how interesting it is to me. So I guess that you have to allow yourself a certain learning curve. The last thing that I want to tell you, I use this task breakdown system also for personal things that are not work related. Like for instance, going running. Usually what I do, I run between 6 and 8 kilometers a day. The first thing that I do when I think that I want to go running is, oh my god, 6 kilometers, I'm gonna be back in 1 hour, I'm gonna be sweaty, I'll have to take a shower. I put myself in a state of mind where I'm like, I don't want to do it. I look at my phone, okay, 5 more minutes of Facebook, or maybe I'll just watch 1 more YouTube video. Then I feel bad about this. So what I do, instead of thinking that I have to go out running, I think of like putting on my running clothes. Okay, now I'll put my running shoes on. Now I'm gonna put on my earpieces. And then I'm gonna select a nice playlist. And then I'm just gonna go out of the door. And then I'm just gonna go downstairs. By the time I start running, I'm not even thinking about the whole task, but I'm just focusing on the fact that I'm running. Anyway, if you want to research the topic by yourself, it is called task breakdown. There is also some jargon used, which is WBS. You can look into the different variations of this technique, and you can let me know how it works out for you. Just like the Chinese proverb says, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 single step. I guess Chinese people are very productive, huh? See you next time.